recording.
Are we recording?
Are we recording?
We are hot.
Hot, hot, how hot?
We live, motherfucker.
Hot. All right.
Oh,
We're live.
anywho.
We're live.
So let's talk about this bum that was parked outside.
Oh,
of this
you
shit.
mean the dead body that was outside my
I mean,
house?
you thought it was. I mean, he was in a plastic bag.
I mean, he could have been a dead body at
The boy
first.
saran wrapped himself.
I brought him back to life. I don't know.
Yo, that's crazy.
He was cold, bro.
Yeah, but why do you park yourself outside of a house?
Because that's what Saki told him to lay down.
Maybe
Or that's where the wind was.
the wind.
Yeah.
You know, there were some
Hawk was
trees
out.
maybe blocking some of that wind
that
right
Hawk
there.
was out there, dog.
But it also blows down that street too from
seen,
the ocean.
When you seen the body, did it have any holes in the plastic?
Okay, so it was one bag from the feet up and one bag from the head down.
Oh yeah, he got creative. Go ahead.
So when I looked at okay, so here's the story. I walk outside my house on my way to the podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
I get down the stairs. I'm carrying stuff. I get to the car. I hear this voice, Sumimasen. I turn around. It's this younger girl. She kind of cute. You know, she walking dogs. And she's like, she speaks English. She's like, how long has he been here?
Damn.
And I'm like,
She was
so
lying on him.
she's outside my gate. So I walk out to the gate and I look. I'm like, holy fuck, there's a body on the ground. She's like, she's like, there's somebody in there. And I'm like, yeah.
Perfectly Reynolds wrapped for you.
So-
right there.
Yeah.
Like a prison.
Crime scene.
I get a little bit closer.
That's how he was laid out on that motherfucker.
Hell
too.
yeah.
It really was. His bike was sitting right next to him, and he was on the ground. So I'm like, wow, well, that's so weird. Like, he just decided to plop
That was
right
Joe.
there. He can't collects cans all the time.
Don't
down
tell me
there.
you know you think you know this person.
If he looks like a Hawaiian Japanese.
Oh,
dude
I know that dude.
grumbles,
He speaks perfect English, is
That's
what I was
Joe.
told.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
and sometimes he has fits.
He had dark skin.
Fits.
His skin was dark, though.
That's Joe.
Okay, so he's hanging outside my house
Gave him
right
some
now.
money one time.
Oh,
was,
man,
was.
that his story is horrible. But
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, I come over there, and I'm like, Sumimasen. I'm yelling it at him, right?
Right.
He's not moving. I'm like, oh, shit. I got a dead body outside.
You should have switched up the language. Hey, motherfucker! Nah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, right. So I'm talking to the girl,
Right.
and she's like, what should I do? I'm like, call the fucking police, right? So she calls the police.
Right.
I run upstairs and I get a stick.
Right.
Then I'm like,
Poking
I'm
him shit.
like
I'm
a, like a
Poking
dead
him
dog.
Like he a dead dog he found in the backyard or some shit.
I'm in a foreign country. I'm in a foreign country
And
on
you poking-
sofa.
You poking a dead
I'm
body
poking
with a
feet.
stick.
I'm poking feet. I ain't leaving no fingerprints for them to say, well, you touched
Dead
him
ass.
earlier.
Dead ass.
Trust
dead
me.
ass.
Oh, I got you.
So
Dead
I'm
ass.
poking him with the broom, and I'm like,
Right.
he ain't moving. I'm like,
Right.
oh, God, no.
DNA
Not
don't
another
lie,
dead
goddamn.
body. Not another dead body. That's all I'm thinking in my head. So then anyway, she starts to leave, and all of a sudden he moves.
Right.
And we're like, oh. She's like, are you okay? Like, daijoubu desu ka? And he picks up the bag like this, and he goes, peace. And
Yeah.
he puts the
Saki
bag back
got to
down.
him,
I'm like, oh, man.
That special brew.
Wait a minute. Is this guy older or younger?
I couldn't see his face. I just saw the
Okay,
hand come
that
out
might
of the
not be
bag
Joe.
like this. He came out of the bag like this. That's all I can tell
you. All
you.
you saw was two fucking
Yeah,
fingers coming
yeah,
out of some
yeah.
plastic bag.
Yeah. I was
Sound
like,
like a
I know
horror
this
movie.
movie. I know this movie.
Right? Like a horror movie.
Run.
Yeah. sure do.
Fresh out of the cocoon.
And
you know
I
what
waited
I'm
a little bit.
Fresh out of the cocoon. You get ready.
Outstretched fingers
He
and
just
shit.
transformed.
You about to
creepy
join him
killer
in that
thing.
bag if he had a
Hey,
test
Centipede.
you,
creepy
goddamn.
killer fingers and shit.
Centipede.
Hell yeah.
That's that movie, Centipede. I remember that movie.
Wait a minute. You
Oh,
talking about the
no.
people getting tied up ass to mouth?
Nah, bro. I'm not watching that.
Why are you talking? How did
No.
Centipede get with the man in the plastic bag? Plastic
Hey,
bag?
from
Yo,
the wonderful
what?
mind of the butcher, right?
What?
Exactly.
From the wonderful mind of
Yeah,
the butcher.
it's
that's a
all
scary
fucked
place.
up in here, man.
Soda
Bro,
ass to
listen.
mouth. Fuck
Anyway,
wrong with
anyway,
you.
anyway.
Any fucking way. Now you fucked it up, man. Now, T around here making people homeless. You talk about you talk about ass to mouth tying up and shit.
Oh boy.
You want to
Hey.
add to this, Flash?
Nah, I'm good.
All right,
He
bet.
was like,
You know
nah,
what
I'm
I
gonna
mean?
sit
Hell
in the
yeah.
back.
Thank you, Flash. Jesus
So that
Christ.
was the start of my night before the podcast.
I
Damn.
mean,
Lost
while
tapes.
I'm on the chat being ignorant and motherfucker, I'm like, yo, I hope he all right, but I got a show to run.
We
My
got a
show. Hurry up and get here. You feel me? Like, hurry the fuck up. God damn.
Okay.
Ooh, you know what, man? I. You think we should talk about this?
Talk about whatever you want. It's
No.
lost tapes.
You
can
know
cut
what
it
I'm
out.
talking about. What we've been talking about on the chat.
Oh,
we talking
yeah,
about?
we
Y'all know
could
we talking
we could skim it.
I know
We
you.
can skim
I know you. I know what you talking
So
about.
so
Yes.
let me preface
Please,
it for you.
yes.
Right.
Help me because I can't do it right
So
off the top.
you're in a foreign country. You're foreign. You're in a
Right.
foreign country.
Right.
You find out that you want to be here. You want to stay here.
Right.
Right. So you find somebody who can keep you here, whether what is status them this way or that way. Doesn't matter the status.
This is what we're
Okay.
talking
Right?
about.
Right.
Hell yeah.
All of a sudden, You find out that that person can't keep you in the country anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What is your move?
Okay.
What is your move? You can't stay here by yourself.
Okay.
So
Well, see.
what are you going to do to stay here? Now, this is coming from a guy's perspective.
Okay.
Right? So I
Right.
just want to know what your
Hey,
move
yo,
is.
man, fuck that shit.
Yo.
Hold on. Let me paint the picture for real, man.
Paint the real
'Cause
picture.
Because for
I'm
one,
trying to be nice.
for one, the hustle is outstanding. but the outcome of it, like I'm not gonna say no names, and I'm not, and if she watched the show, then my bad. But that story is mad compelling. So Shorty married to this dude, right?
Right.
And so Shorty pretty much wants to stay in Okinawa. She's
Got it.
not from here. She's not from Okinawa.
Okay.
Okay, let's just call her Filipino. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Just for the sake of argument.
Call her
Gotcha.
Asian. You ain't
Let's call her Asian. Yeah, let's
Gotcha.
call her Asian. She's not Japanese, but she is of Asian descent.
Cool.
Right? And she pretty much like she wants to stay in Oki, and I guess the marriage was arranged so that she could stay here. But
Got it.
then it fell apart, and now she's pulling out all the stops to stay here,
Trying to secure. Okay. I got
trying to
it.
secure her security.
So this
I
ain't
see.
the first one,
Mm.
from what we know.
From what
Right.
we know. Right. That's one. Two, again, like I said, the hustle.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, you can't knock that. You cannot beat
Nah.
that hustle because she's
Nah.
trying to secure her security, and I'm all for the hustle, but the methods on how she's going about it is kind of like yikes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what's your first of all? The first thing I wanted to say about it was one, and we're gonna get to the other thing in a second. One, let's all understand what being married to a foreigner means. If you're Japanese, if you're Asian, and you're female wise, and you're getting married to a foreigner, let's all understand what this means.
Expectations, right?
Expectations, yeah. One, once you marry to a military person, you are now a part of that whole thing. There is no we're going to stay here forever in Japan. And we're going to no. When Bobby got to go to Texas, you got to take your ass to Texas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's love.
Right.
You got to take your motherfucking ass to Texas. All right? When Bobby gets deployed, you know what I'm saying? Your number one job is to support him or her if it's the other way around.
From
or
afar.
Two women or two
Yeah,
men. Or
holding it down.
Hold down the
support
house.
that
Holding it down.
military member.
Hold
Right.
down the house.
Hold the house down.
Gotcha.
Because from everybody here that done served, we know what the fucking time it is serving.
Right.
I ain't even finna get into the particulars, war, no war, whatever. But you're serving your country. That comes with a lot of responsibility and obligation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? More than you probably realize at the time, because if you've never been deployed, you'll probably never see the majority of your responsibility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for those who have, them wives, first of all, salute the military wives that hold down their husbands when they got deployed and stuff like that. Salute to them again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That did it right.
Right.
But it's this delusion that's been happening shit since our time, your time,
Right.
or whatever.
Right.
That you get married to the military dude, and now you're it's the big PX in the sky for you
Right.
in Oki, where I can stunt
Right.
in front of all my friends and stuff like
Right.
that, and we got access, and I'm gonna sign all of that. That ain't your primary job, and it's not always gonna be Okinawa.
That's true.
It's not always going to be Okinawa.
That's true.
That's one. Two, the whole thing with that situation was it was a question I posed to this person, and I go, do you want to stay in your marriage, or do you want to just stay in Okinawa?
Yeah, because
That's
the original idea is you're trying to help out, right? Because
Right.
it ain't like you're
Right.
gonna just be like, talk about the situation. It's
Right.
It gets better. Go ahead, Jay.
So that was the original question posed. Was not answered right off to me, but as I found out later on, as I'm watching the process play itself out on Instagram and Facebook, might I add, which is a bad look,
Okay.
right? She wanted to stay in Okinawa. It had nothing to do with love or nothing to do with this, that, or whatever. Had that information had been given to me,
Right.
I probably would have proceeded to say other things than what I said. You know what I'm saying? Because the question was, could you get him a job or some shit like that or whatever, right? I'm like, nah, they ain't handing out jobs like motherfucking, like, you know what I'm saying? They're not handing out jobs like government cheese, so no. You know what I'm saying? That's not possible.
Right.
But if you, now, here's my advice for Shorty. If the long play was to stay in Okie, you should have took your ass to the States and played the long game. Got over there, got your shit together, and then you could have come back over here by your fucking self. If everything, that was the play. Had you had a kept it a buck with me, that's what I would have said to you. Go to the States with him, play the long game, and then come back over here with your shit intact. Go over there and get your shit corrected. Then you can stay in Okinawa as long as you motherfucking like, because now you on your own accord.
Right.
But you want the fast, easy, quick fix. And that's the problem.
It ain't one.
It
ain't one.
Ain't one. Ain't no.
You can't help that.
It can't help it.
You can't help that. And if that's the case, just date a Japanese dude. If
Right.
that's the case.
Right.
Yeah, because now you trying to. That doesn't even make any logical sense. So you got one foreigner, right, who's trying to stay in a land that she's not from or he's not from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he or she is married to another foreigner who's there in a temporary status. That makes no sense.
That makes
at
no
all.
sense at all.
But I want to stay in country.
That makes no sense at all.
Right. It don't make no sense. The thing wasn't thought out
Not at all.
at all. And this and as we're talking about this, I hope everybody is hearing what we're saying. If you're Japanese, first of all, if you're Japanese, man, woman, however, whatever the situation may be, you're Japanese and you get them paper and you get that paperwork saying and you get that ID card.
Married
that
to a
ID
military
card
member.
comes with obligation.
Yes, it does.
It's not just, oh, I got the big ticket, I can sign my people on, yada, 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 yada. That is not.
Anyway, you're doing that shit anyway.
Right. They're going, I mean, yeah, enjoy yourself, enjoy the perks while you can, but you got to be holding it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're still out here running them streets like that and this, that, or whatever, while military Bobby is at home watching the kids or whatever, that's not a good look.
Wait. Okay. See, that was the part of the of the equation that you.
No. This ain't got nothing to do with the situation I'm talking about. This is just in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, if that's the case, then it's like
Because you got to remember, a lot. So, P-Gang.
I think you saying. I think you saying.
A lot of fucking marriages, once they leave Okinawa or once they leave Japan, is a lot of the divorce rate is fucking high.
Yeah, it goes through the roof.
Hell.
It goes through the roof.
I can tell. You know what? Let me speak to that if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Part of that is when these young people come over here, you get somebody, typically a military member, right? This is probably his first duty station, right? Probably his first piece of ass, right?
Yep.
You get it. He comes over here. He
Never seen nothing that pretty in his life.
or it's nothing that different, right?
Yeah.
Different, right? Because now we're talking about the idea of a person versus the actual person
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
So both parties wind up in falling in love or in like on an idea of the person that they're
I think
liking
that's the key right
of,
there.
that are foreign to each other, right? But they don't take into account and they don't try to learn the real culture because that's what's going to happen. You have to learn the culture, right? Because that person's culture is different from your own. They're going to have certain things that are going to be different from what you believe. And, excuse me, you have to be willing to compromise and learn and grow. Yeah, it's all cool and giggles when y'all fucking and whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm fucking a Japanese girl or I'm messing with this American guy. But then when shit gets real, it has to get real.
Yeah.
And they're not ready for it. And how many times have you seen this, especially when you talk about guys getting out?
Okay.
Guys get out. They love being in Okinawa. Because this is when I got out. This is what a majority of the guys that were my predecessors had done as a civilian, right? I got out as a military member. And I got my own sofa. Why? Because there was no way in hell I was putting my damn status in another country.
Somebody else's hands.
Shut
Yep.
your goddamn mouth.
Yep.
It's
You
a lot
feel
of
me?
It's a lot
So
of vengeful
here's the
females,
thing. This is where planning comes in, and most people don't plan because they're too busy feeling and they're not thinking.
Yeah.
Right. Now you get some dudes who I happen to like the girl that he's with, right? So they decide to get married, right? What does he do? He marries her to stay here, but what is he doing? He's sliding all around.
Still.
Forgetting the fact that, She's your
She
sponsor.
holds the
She holds your
keys.
shit.
She holds it. Hey,
She holds your nuts right in her hand. Like, yeah, you going out there?
So
Hey.
many times.
story,
Yes, I have
story
seen
of my
that play.
motherfucking
So many
life.
stories.
I have seen that.
You know what the
I
first
have seen that shit play out
Hell
so many
yeah.
times, and I was like,
I got a
what
movie
movie
on
You know what the
Netflix
first
coming
thing
next
is
week.
when
Go
I
ahead.
came over?
What?
First thing I came over, I filed for my own status in country. I had my 10-year visa. I was allowed to stay here whether I was married or not. That's the very first thing I did. First 6 months I was here was file for it and got it.
I'm not going to even ask how, but that's
Yeah,
good.
you have to submit a package and they have
I
to
understand
review.
all that because
Oh,
I
100%.
kind of see for me at that time we talking about getting out in '93.
Yeah, I wasn't that long ago.
You
We're
had to
talking about
either
maybe
be-
20 years after that.
Okay, see, yeah. So getting out then you had to be married, be a sergeant, and preferably a sergeant
No,
that was married.
I mean, I came back on a spousal visa.
I
But
got
as
it.
soon as I got here with a
got it.
spousal visa, that's when I
I
applied
got
for
it. I'm talking about how it is.
How it
from
was then,
a
yeah.
how
Yeah.
it was back then. Well, I got out as an unmarried Lance Corporal. What I did was planned. And I ain't gonna have to go through the whole, long
Right,
ass
right,
story.
right.
about
Process,
it, 'cause
yeah,
that'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
another story.
We
can
just
talk
told
about
we
that.
just told you not to do that too. That's
right. So
we just told you not to.
that's with a little bit of planning. Because here's the thing, my son has a friend
Right.
who's planning to do the same thing, and what he said was like, yeah, I'm gonna get out and get a GS job. See, a lot of people don't have realistic expectations.
Yeah,
when it comes to
realistic,
getting out here.
yeah.
They think that you can just
Right
get
now.
out and slide into
Like
a
that.
job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, that means that they didn't do what? They didn't plan.
They didn't plan, and that's where this conversation started from.
Yeah.
Because that's how
Obvious.
that's
that
how
was
the question
obvious.
was.
As soon as he said it, I already knew it. I was like, I
Yeah.
didn't read this book before.
Yeah.
I didn't seen this movie
Now,
5
me,
or 6 times.
me
to
myself
include the
personally,
prequel.
was one of them unplanned motherfuckers.
See,
You
I
lived that
planned.
life.
There was no way in hell.
unplanned motherfuckers. But that shout out I gave earlier, those dudes
Yeah.
held me down along my baby mama one time for Yoko, you feel me?
Yeah.
But it wasn't that because me and her never got married or nothing like that. We had kids, and at the
Mm.
time, she was working at the club, and they couldn't register that as a job.
No.
I, on the other hand, had jobs, and I think I'm one of the only people, maybe a couple other people that I know of. I don't know if I'm wrong. Correct me, fellas, or whoever that's out here that had this. For a long time, I was under a special permission because I had children out here and I was supporting my children.
Oh,
So
I ain't talking about. I ain't
That's
talking
the
about.
real
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
yeah,
See,
you can
I
get
didn't
that.
know that was called special permission.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that maybe because a lot of Americans are under the assumption, because this is an assumption, I'm not sure, that if you have a child here and you're in that case, that your child, since they are birthright born here, they can become your sponsor. So that's not the case.
That's not the case. It's not the case.
No.
It's a combination of a whole bunch of shit.
I got you. I got you.
It mainly
The-
came
the-
down.
the-
It mainly came down to income.
The
Yeah,
child, the
yeah.
child in the family can, if the family has income to support you.
Yeah, if you can
So
support
then
them, you
even
can
though-
sit out here.
Even
So
though
the
she,
kid
even,
can become a sponsor in
even
that
though
sense.
she probably was making more money than me working at the club, it was
just
just they
wasn't
had
official
something
income to tell
right.
the government.
They
Yeah.
had something on paper they could actually go back and tax and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
No,
yada,
they-
yada,
Yeah.
Because
They can't
when
test
I
that.
came, the wife didn't have a job in Japan. She was with me. So when we came back, her brother had to show income. She was my sponsor,
Yes,
but her
I
brother
see.
had to show income.
Yeah, that's how that is. Yeah, the whole show name, I think. is
Somebody
called.
who will support you
Support
if
you.
shit goes bad.
What they
That's
call it?
they need.
A guaranteer?
It's a
Oh,
guarantor. Yeah.
Guarantor. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but some of these dudes be out here boo boo the fool, fucking
Yeah.
around,
Yeah.
having
Deadass.
fun. This
Oh,
is
yeah,
first
I got
time
90
crime.
days.
And not
You
taking
know what
care.
I mean?
I got
not taking
90
care of the
days.
things they
I
need
got
to take
90
care
days.
of.
Yeah,
I'm good.
that happened to me. Because when I got out the military here. I whiskey 95 here. That's
Yeah.
what the Marine Corps was
Yeah, we
calling
called it.
then. But I was floating like a bad fart, bro. Because I didn't have SOFA status. I didn't have SOFA status, and I didn't have Japanese residency. So I was out here floating like a motherfucker,
Yeah.
butthole puckered up.
Yeah.
And luckily, through some, like I said, planning and some,
It-
some fast talking, because I was, hustle, come on, from Detroit.
Already.
I was able to
You
get
know,
it in, but it was really difficult and stressful as hell.
Yes.
you know what the
Yeah,
funny
and
thing is? You can actually do it past 90 days and nobody will say anything.
What you
to
talking
you.
about?
Until
You-
they catch your
Yeah,
ass.
Until they
that's
catch you.
the key.
They will
My-
catch you.
The
You ain't
homie,
getting the
right?
Oh no! I played that game too. The
No,
overstay,
it's-
the
Oh,
overstay
I've seen
game.
dudes do
It
that
gotta
shit all
be-
the
I
time.
played that game
It
too,
gotta
and
be
that
a-
is not a fun game.
It got to
bro.
be a leniency
I
with
just
it too,
I
though.
just know because I just had a friend who used to have SOFA. Their contract got canked,
Yeah.
and he was with his wife, and his wife divorced him at the same exact time he lost his job on purpose. Said, now
Oh,
you got to go
shit.
back. His daughter and everything with her. She took him. It's a fucked up story. Anyway, he floated and he made it, and he fucking stayed for an extra 10 years.
Wow.
It was close
Under
to
the
10
radar
years
like
out
that?
here. Yeah, under
How
the radar.
the fuck he made money?
You don't go to the hospital. You don't get pulled over. You don't have a car. You can't get pulled
Yeah,
over.
that's what I'm saying,
You don't have to
income.
He
register
must have
anything.
been a
But
fucking hermit.
He was making money.
Quite Chain King up in this motherfucker.
He was
Like,
hustling.
You know what? You know what? You know what
right.
broke it?
Carotene.
You know what broke it?
Kung Fu
It-
and
it-
shit.
fucking kung fu.
What broke it was him having a stroke,
No shit.
and the ambulance was called, and they put him in the
I
hospital.
feel like an asshole for making a joke.
That was that right then. There you are. Like,
You're
how
done.
are you working? Who are you working for? Where are you
Wow.
living? And immigration got involved, and they weren't assholes about it.
That's
Yeah.
good. They were
Because his
humans.
story was unique. He got put in a position, but he wanted to stay, and then he just couldn't get so far.
He
Anyway.
probably made mad connects, and people probably looked
Yeah,
at
They-
over
him
yeah.
10 years.
like that.
Come on,
Hell
in over 10 years, you can do. You can make a little
Without
get your little
driving,
support base. You know what I'm saying?
without driving, without having any kind of paid income that's on the books,
Yeah.
and without going to the
Stressful as
hospital.
hell, though, dog. That's why he had a fucking stroke, because he's probably stressed all the
Yeah.
time. That's why it is important to plan.
Hence our whole conversation here.
Yeah, man.
So-
I mean, I don't mean to make light of your friend's
No,
plight,
no,
but that's
good.
just a cautionary tale for a lot of these guys that come over here with these dreams of
Right.
staying here
Them
and
aspirations.
not understanding it.
Nope.
you know?
So the moral of the story on that front is military dudes that's out here, and if you decide you want to stay out here, make sure you have a game plan, man. Don't just
Yes.
come out here butt ass nigga, especially now.
Especially
now.
Yeah,
they're
it's-
on your
man.
ass. They're on your fucking
on
ass.
your butt tuck.
And word
Yes,
for me,
they're on-
it's hard. It's hard now. I think it's harder now than
Yes.
yeah.
They on
It-
them cheeks.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
okay.
hard.
So Flash, you're in a unique position, right?
Yeah.
Because Jay went through it. I went through it. The homies that were out here with us
Yes.
went through it. We've already been in that position where things were tough.
Yeah.
It took us a while to get to where we are, where
Hell
things
yeah.
ain't tough no more. So the thing is, it can be done.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But you have to understand the sacrifices that have to made, the chess pieces that have to move, taking a step back to go forward in
Yeah.
order to move to where you need to be good.
That is true.
It can't happen off the rip unless you go back stateside and you catch a GS job and they pay for your housing.
Now, you
Right.
know what, man? I ain't going to hold you, man. That, again, one of the reasons why Flash is even around and why I fuck with Flash is how he handled that situation. And you know what I'm saying? Salute to you for doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot
You
of,
did
a
it
lot of
right.
young niggas like him, they would have fucked that up.
Yeah, you did it right, man. You on the right path.
They would've
It's
fucked that
tough.
up. They'd have fucked that because it's just impatient
Yeah.
and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You had the patience, and I hope everything, you know what I'm saying,
It will.
in the future on works out for you, bro.
It will.
And then back to what Big T was saying though, like the thought process of like coming out here and having that, you know what I'm saying, that string over your head.
Yeah,
with the spouse
dangling the
visa,
string.
You got to play your cards right with that one.
Hell
Because if
yeah.
you ain't
Yeah.
happily with that, then it ain't gonna go right
Hell
for you.
yeah.
No, it's not.
And there
Yeah,
ain't no
no.
problem in saying I ain't put you on my
Yeah,
orders.
it
yet.
ain't no problem like that.
You can
nah.
actually choose to not put somebody on your orders.
And on the other side, the moment she meet Bobby or Peter, whoever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, it's over for your ass. This sponsorship is done, goddamn.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So on that, right here, let's get into something. I want to know. Let's talk about the. So first of all, how can I say this shit without saying it and just being a dickhead? Listen, us as foreign men living out here, right? When you get married or you're in a relationship long term with somebody that's Japanese, a Japanese female, so let's keep that in mind, all right? When we're in a relationship with a Japanese female or whatever, like, are there first of all, here, I want to just say, for anybody who's married, any Japanese and American couple, like, first of all, I'm not gonna say expectations because marriage is marriage, and I know culture plays a big part in the marriage or whatever. So you got two different fucking cultures, right? That's clashing all the fucking time and shit. But first thing first, to the Japanese woman on the behalf of the foreign man, you got to remember something. Unless you're just one of these dudes that's flying back to the States all the fucking time, which I don't know how the fuck you're doing it, but if you know what I'm saying, tickets is going up and down like a motherfucker. You got to realize that this dude done gave up a lot. All right? Now,
The sacrifice.
yeah, the sacrifice. All right?
Just to be where he
Just
is
to
with
be
you.
and most dudes do it for one, they love to be out here. But then if you're really thinking about it down deep down in your soul, it's for the comfortability of your family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here to tell you, the States is the wild motherfucking West.
Not only that, the cultures are so different. You take somebody who's from a culture like this,
Right.
you put them back in the States, and
Yeah.
they're by
No,
themselves
yeah.
while you're working. They're by
Isolation.
themselves when, it is unreal the difference is.
Yeah.
And I don't wish that on anybody. The feeling. I don't wish that on anybody.
I think there's a huge inability to cope with that.
It's easier for us to cope with things
Yes.
out here than it
Because
is for
it's
another
more-
culture to cope with things in our place.
I would think it's because it's depending on where you're from. Here, it's kind of like Disneyland. Let's be honest. A lot more slower paced, a lot more relaxed, a lot more cool.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're from in the States,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't the case. And
Yep.
actually, it's probably not the case in most places
Right.
in the United States.
Was that
Right.
gunshots? Yeah, that was. It's just down the
Yes.
street.
Right.
They don't come
Yes.
up on
Yeah,
our
right.
street.
It depending on, you know what I'm saying, especially if you're from a situation or you don't have a situation set up back in the States, and now you got to
you
lean
gotta
on
go do it.
family.
Yes.
and
Yeah, that could
be a
that,
zero.
that
too.
could be a burden
I was-
on top
I was
of her stressing about
Right.
about being out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, this is how you introduce your family to me, homeless.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this is
Yep.
how you introduce your family to me. This is how you introduce your wife to me with no game plan and stuff like that. That's a big fucking deal. And maybe for a younger couple, shit, for any couple in that particular situation, that's a big deal. So most dudes decide to just stay here.
Right.
To keep the woman comfortable, to keep her happy, and they'll just cope with all of it. Because, you know, there's times I wish, and I think we said this the last time or whatever, there's times I wish I could, you know what I'm saying, go link up with my sister, go link up with my brother, or whatever,
Right.
or go to Granny's house. But
Yeah.
there
That
is
ticket
none-
price.
right? But there is that ticket price, right?
Putting
But
them
there
kids
is
on the
none of
plane.
that.
Yeah.
There is none of that, and a phone call sometimes just don't do.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So American or foreign dudes that give it up, you gotta kind of work with them a little bit.
You got to
Before
have
you-
some kind of
I ain't saying
empathy.
give them leeway and let them just run amok out to
Yeah.
this motherfucker.
You got to have some kind of empathy.
right. You gotta have
Even
some
if
type
it's
of
not
empathy.
sympathy.
Yes.
Because you're married and it should be sympathy.
Because that is a.
But it
'cause you
should be
gotta-
at least
And on
empathy.
top of that, me personally, don't question that nigga love. Because if he fucking give up everything he know to stay out here with your motherfucking ass, you should never question anything. At least at first. I mean, after a minute, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
I
'cause
see
it's-
you mean.
Yeah, it's a lot of bitches out here. But anyway, I'm just saying. But I'm saying though, like, cause and then on top of that, so now let's get into the expectations. So raising your children.
Right.
Raising your children, you raise your children. You don't want to raise them this way, but you don't want to raise them this way. Y'all got to come to a happy medium, in my opinion.
Yes, you do.
Start your own culture in the house or whatever, like
Right.
the NBA or NFL teams say. Start your own culture in your locker room. It can be a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Build your own
Right,
foundation.
build your own foundation. Don't just lean all the way over here or lean all the way over there. I think the boy Flash asked me a question about the temple and shit or whatever,
Right.
and I was telling him it's all right if you don't participate. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
I do it because I'm interested.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
And
mean
it's
to
fun,
I
and the
don't-
kids enjoy it, and I do enjoy it because street meat, pause, shut up, street meat out there, you know, at the little festivals or whatever. I like the whole fucking thing, the just being out there,
The
that
ambience
late,
of
yeah,
it.
the
I do
ambience.
too.
I enjoy it.
Yes.
I-
I agree.
I
It's that
enjoy it.
culture enrichment that we
Right,
get.
Yeah.
but you don't have to participate in that. And if and I think the wife should understand if she wants to go to the temple and he want to stay to the crib, then
Yeah,
you know what I'm
there it
saying.
is.
So on that note,
Mhm.
that also I do want to touch one thing, Jay. I'm sorry,
Mhm.
but
Go ahead, no, you good.
culture, Japanese culture.
Mhm.
When somebody dies in the family out here, they usually have the body at the house for like 3
Yeah.
days.
Oh,
That-
really?
Yes,
Yeah.
you're gonna find this out. It does
didn't know
happen.
that.
She's from mainland though, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so you may have a little different situation, but for 3 days the body's at the house on
Yeah.
ice.
Creepy
Yeah.
shit.
Bruh,
Creepy.
I've
I
gone
couldn't
through
go.
Yeah.
And that's one of those
Sometimes,
points
yeah.
where I was explaining to her, like, look, we put them in a funeral home. They ain't got no blood in them. Like, it's been embalmed. Like, the body is the body dressed up nice so we could look at it.
Right.
Not an actual dead body.
Wow.
That's
and
some brave motherfucking shit. Because then you got to go to the wake and the body be right there and
Yeah.
seats be rolled
Yes.
up and the body be here
Yeah.
or here or
So-
whatever.
Yeah, it's
You sitting
surreal.
right next to that is surreal. It's an
happened to me
out of body
last-
experience.
So
man.
the other problem was being out in Iraq and all that shit that we saw out in Iraq, picking up the bodies that we were buying food from the day before and having to take them back into a place, bro. That shit still fucks with your head. So like we're going down to the family's house for the funeral. I'm like, I can't go. Why not? Why not? It's my
So-
family. Like that's that culture separation that he's talking about. Like,
How do you cope with that though?
You can't.
Not saying
it's
that,
up to you to decide
Right,
on
up
how
to
you
you to
cope with
decide,
that.
right.
So if you can't go to the place, your spouse or your significant other, your marriage should understand or have sympathy or empathy in that situation to allow you to be you without putting you in a position where it's
I
uncomfortable.
don't know. That feel like disrespect though, man.
What
do you
is?
mean?
If you don't
like,
go,
if you don't feel comfortable in a situation where you feel like you have to do something, like somebody just died. Like I don't know. I feel like that's disrespectful if you don't feel comfortable. I feel like you should just put your pride to side. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
you go. And
I'm
you-
not saying it's a right and wrong thing to
no.
do.
It's a
But I'm just
personal
curious.
decision.
Personal. That's
That's what I'm
Okay,
trying to
okay.
say. It's
All right.
That's
personal.
personal. Yeah, that's
So
personal.
like for me, it was a situation where I put my pride aside, and I went to the first one. I went to the first one, and immediately we were there for 3 days. We had to come back the next day and the third day, and all of a sudden I started having memories come back up. So now I'm sleeping at home, kicking my wife out of bed, because it's bringing up shit that from my past, and she's not understanding it. So the next time it came up, I said, you know what, I can't go. And that's where that culture
Yeah,
difference,
yeah,
the difference in you
Right.
would determine that.
Can I get? Can I
yeah,
get?
go
can
ahead,
I
go
get
ahead,
personal?
go ahead.
Did y'all argue about it?
I didn't. I didn't because I didn't make it a big deal. Like you said, we sacrificed a lot of things. I kept my mouth shut and I ate the pain.
No. I'm talking about that second one when you said nah. I ain't
Yeah,
going.
that's
Did
what I
y'all argue-
said.
Did y'all argue about
Well,
it?
I told her I couldn't go, and I didn't. There was an argument that ensued,
Mm.
but I didn't participate in the argument.
Got
I
it.
got it.
There was no back and forth in the argument.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by it at all. You know what I'm saying?
The
That's
culture.
why I go to that shit. I mean, yeah. Sorry for your loss, but
But the kid's sitting there holding the hand. The kid's sitting there holding
and
the
I
hand.
see that's a whole nother level.
That's
I ain't seen
what
that
you
yet.
see.
I ain't seen that yet.
Well, the grandparents or the uncle or aunt or the mother,
They hold hands with a dead body.
yeah, they talk
Yeah.
to it
They talk to
talk to it.
because its soul's still there. The blood and everything's
Yeah,
still
and
in there.
it
That's what
doesn't
they
go
believe.
into,
They
like,
haven't
7
embalmed
days
it or
something.
none of that shit. It's body, bro.
All it is if you, and it's on ice. It's on a big bed of ice.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
it
like
is.
a box that's
Yeah,
a big bed of ice.
Big
that they
bed
put.
of ice.
I think I can do it if it was just like
The first
You
day
can
you
use
could
like
to
do
the
it.
wait, but the 3 days though.
The first day, I guarantee
that
you could
fucks
do
me
it.
up.
The first day
you
you
only
could
got
do
to
it.
see it with that one day, unless
The
the body
kids-
is in your house.
the
then you got to
kids-
see that motherfucker the whole
The,
time. You
the
feel
kids
me?
usually sleep in the same room as the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I went through
out.
it last year.
Yeah, and I was good the first day.
So
It was the second and third day when things started to change.
yeah.
And
And they
you
have that
started
has to be
getting
an
this.
understanding.
You start getting this remembrance of what it smells like to be around a dead
I
body.
mean, this is what I'm talking about without digging into your
Yeah.
your past or whatever. This is what I'm talking about making the
Yeah,
sacrifice
that's why I brought
and
that
the
up.
things of stuff like that.
yeah, I brought
Yeah.
that up for that
You know
reason.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You do have the right to pick and choose the things you want to attend, the
Yes,
things
you
you
do.
want to participate in, and blah 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 and stuff like that. It's a whole bunch of stuff my wife does that I don't. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So
Right.
expectations, if you want to call it that, expectations should be if you're marrying into a multicultural relationship.
Yeah.
You should have the flexibility to understand each other's cultures.
Yes.
It shouldn't be one sided.
I mean,
There
that's
you go.
that's
Can't
the
say
only,
it any better.
that's the only way that shit gonna work.
It has
You know
to
what
be
I'm saying?
compromised.
And for the ladies, vice versa for the dudes. You
Yes.
can't force your culture onto her.
No.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Don't
You know what
try.
I'm saying? I cook food from where I'm from or whatever. Some of it the kids like, some of it the kids don't like. I can't force it on them like that.
Right.
You understand? I can't force it on them.
It's like that in my house too.
They got Japanese taste buds. You know what I'm saying? They like Nanto beans and shit like that. Yeah, damn. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Crazy
I never
business.
seen a woman eat so much raw fish. Talking about my daughter, eat so much raw fish in my life. Goddamn,
That
you know what I'm
natto, dog. That natto.
That
Everybody
natto,
in my family eat that but
you
me,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Have a ball, ball
Yeah.
out with the natto, but I'm good.
Just don't
I'm a
feed me
whole-
yet.
Yeah, they be laughing at me too. 'Cause
Right.
I had to back up like, all right, y'all.
Yeah, but some of that shit, but to me, this just me personally. Some of that shit fascinates the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
That's why I attend it. That's why I go to it. That's why I participate. That's why I ask questions because it's again back to that first thing. When you ever get a chance?
Yo,
to
we
see a
ain't
whole
gonna
new
get that
culture
shit
in
if you didn't
action?
come over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
you
what I'm
wouldn't.
saying?
You wouldn't.
When you gonna see another culture in action like that?
You would not.
Ever.
You're not.
You're not. You're not. You have been privileged to be a part of this ceremony. And again, not saying that you should or you shouldn't, but you know.
But
what I'm
it makes
saying?
I do understand
right. Yeah. So
Yes,
that's
120%.
how I look at it.
that. And that's how most people, you know what? I think that initially there's going to be some clashing. But if both parties are willing to work and compromise, we get to that point to where you start to form an appreciation for each other's culture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because, like I said, I am in that home. I'm in a home like that of actually 3 cultures. Don't need to go into them, but yeah. So we mix all 3 cultures in our household. You know what I mean? And it can be done. It just has to be a willingness and a genuine respect. Which sometimes you may at first you may be like, hell no, I ain't
Yeah.
eating that shit. But over time, it just kind of like,
Well, let me try it today.
yeah, let me try it
Exactly.
today, and
Exactly.
then or let me try whatever it is.
Oh,
Like, you know what? Maybe like because we do change, right?
Yeah.
We do hopefully evolve.
Yeah.
We do grow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I gotta ask you, T.
what's up?
You ever ate balut?
I ate that in the Philippines. At
Really?
Mount
Why?
Pinatubo. I didn't know.
All right, that's one I can't get with.
Somebody-
man.
somebody give me a
bro,
rundown on
listen,
that.
homie. No,
Hey.
bro. Listen, this is what happened real quick. Balut. Oh, damn, big ass egg. Let me go ahead and get it. Yo.
Did you crack it
damn,
open or
why
just
she
go?
smiling?
Yeah.
Why she smiling? Okay, crack. Yo, wait a minute. Is that a wing that just popped out of that? Nah, son.
Did you eat it?
Hell no. I got a little. And
Hey, peep game. Do they eat the whole bird?
yes.
Oh my!
It's all
but see,
soft.
yes.
That's the thing.
Is
It's
it a
still
raw
in a,
bird?
it's a live born dead
Embryo, that's what's
bird
right.
embryo.
Yes.
So the embryo is still
Is the beef
soft. There's
crunchy?
no
No, fucking
no.
around.
There's
Like
no
that.
crunch.
He about to see and start explaining the texture.
There's no crunch.
No.
You have
thank
you've eaten it.
No, because I asked. I wanted details on what it's like because they were
But
trying
you've
to get
never
me to.
eaten it.
No.
He was
I
smart.
dated.
He was
I dated in the
listen,
Philippines.
I need somebody who ate
Hey,
that
yo,
shit.
it touched the tongue, my boy.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
good.
I'm
And
good.
it was like, no,
I'm
wasn't no
good.
crunchity, nothing. It was like, no, this ain't it. 'Cause, you know, because again, without looking at it, I think it's a big ass egg. So I'm in there just immediately.
Now,
took it
what
to
did
the-
you expect to pop out that fucking egg?
Some yolk.
It wasn't
Right, some yolk, right?
it
Some
wasn't
big
no
ass
little
yolk. Some big ass yolk. Not a wing. Not a wing.
Yo, that shit popped out.
I'm trying to figure out what he expected to pop out that egg.
Bruh, eyeballs like
Was it
saucers.
hard boiled? What you thought it was?
Yo,
was it a
it
pickled
was
egg or
just-
some shit, man?
It
What
was
you?
like looked like an alien coming out.
I
the fucking
know.
thing.
That's what
I
I'm
was
saying,
like,
man. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Hey, yo.
Yo, I would almost let out a silent scream like,
Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Hey, yo.
We hit 40, Jay. We hit 40 minutes,
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah,
Really?
man.
Yeah.
That shit was
Hey,
nice.
we gotta wrap this shit up, man.
yeah, bro, I guess it's bedtime, goddamn.
Big T. Good
Yes,
look,
sir.
man.
I
Flash.
Appreciate
Butcher
you pulling
as
up
usual.
always.
Of course,
Yup,
man.
yup.
We
Appreciate
way
you, man.
over.
No,
Goddamn.
that's cool. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Trust me.
Hey, real quick, you want to talk about what we thought about doing here coming up soon?
What you talking about?
Well, how we going to go start visiting places?
What you talking about?
Going to visiting places as a group, as
What
Yakiniki
place?
Boys.
Where
We're
we
going
going?
to show up at your place sometime here or there.
Oh, we might. We might show up at the
Hey.
spot, man. Hey, I mean, I ain't saying hook us up or nothing, but
No.
you know what I'm saying?
Look
So
out
come
for the
say
crew.
What's up? If you
Look
see
out for the
us-
crew. You see us
yeah,
out.
If you see us in your restaurant or you see us in, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people been following us. A lot of restaurants been following us. First of all, thanks for the support. Like, share, and subscribe. You feel me? We might show up in your spot, man, and just come pull up and say what's good. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yakiniku Boys.
Yakiniko
Hot.
Boys,
Your doorstep.
you
Hey.
we were talking about some restaurants prior
Yeah.
to us even starting taping.
Yeah.
We'll get into that another time, man.
Yeah.
'Cause it's past his bedtime. All right, man. We out of here. Easy.
Easy.